Man, what's going on with you guys, man? Welcome to the channel, man. Hopefully everything is solid with y'all, man. And we're gonna get into something juicy today. What we're gonna be talking about today is the biggest misconceptions that men have about women. It's important to know misconceptions because I know for me, I can speak for myself. A lot of times misconceptions will stop me from making a move with a woman. It'll stop me from going after what I want because I'm naturally assuming things that are not necessarily true. So let's go ahead and dive right into the misconceptions. All right, so the first misconception is she has a lot of options. A lot of men, we think that the better the woman looks, we like, man, I already know she got every dude hitting her lineup. And two things can be true at once. Yes, it's a lot of dudes hitting her up. But also what you gotta understand, a lot of those dudes, she don't really want like that because she knows they just want one thing. See, all those options that we naturally think that a woman has, it's just a lot of dudes being thirsty. That's all it is. It's a lot of dudes coming with sexual energy, and she don't want that because a woman can get SCX from any dude she wants. See, naturally assuming that a woman has a lot of options is naturally gonna mess you up because you're gonna go into every interaction like, she ain't gonna remember me. Oh, she ain't gonna want me. She ain't gonna, and that was me. I'm going into every interaction assuming she already got a lot of options, so why would she want me? And again, that's not putting yourself first. See, what I really want y'all to think about is all these Instagram baddies we see online, right? They have a lot of options, right? But are a lot of them married? Think about that. Are a lot of them married? You know what I'm saying? So what you gotta understand is just because a woman has a lot of options don't mean they're quality options of guys that want to take her seriously. So what you got to understand is deeper than how a woman looks because we base a woman having a lot of options based off how she looks. It's about the inner. What values does she have? She could be a finesser, she could be a thief, she could be a liar, but all because she looks good on the outside, you just automatically thinking she an angel. All right, number two, and this point kind of falls into what I just said. Thinking the better that she looks, the more value that she has. A lot of us, man, we can sit here and try to act like we don't think like that, but we do. I thought like that my whole life. Even back to high school and middle school, right? The best looking girls you would see, the cheerleaders or the popular girls, a lot of those girls, you're thinking naturally because they look so good that they have the most value. But in actual reality, girls that are on that level, a lot of times you don't want to know what they be doing. Y'all know what they say about the preacher's daughter, right? So just because a woman looks good on the outside doesn't mean she's a princess like you think she is. But again, when you come from that mind frame of being blinded by the looks, you're gonna put her on a pedestal. And what happens is, the reason why a lot of guys can't get the woman that looks super good is because naturally you're treating that woman different than the woman that don't look as good. That's why the women that don't look as good be hitting your lineup. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Because you treat that woman that looks good on the outside different than other women, and she knows that. And when a woman picks that up, she gonna use it to her advantage. Oh, this dude don't even know me. He already putting me on a pedestal. And you know what they say about when you put somebody on a pedestal? If you treat somebody like a celebrity, they're gonna treat you like a what? A fan. All right, the third misconception that men have about women is believing that they're innocent so you don't go for what you want. And what I mean by this is, I remember in college, right? There was a girl I was very attracted to my sophomore year of college. And it was her and her girls, they was hanging out with me and my boys. And I eventually got that girl's number and we started to hang out one-on-one. And I remember when I was kicking it with her in her room one day, late at night, I remember when we was kicking it on the bed, just chopping it up, I remember I wanted to kiss her and I can feel that there was some tension there, but I didn't go for what I want. And I remember saying out my mouth, you know what? I'm not gonna try you because I respect you so much. I still can't believe I said that. And we talking about, I said this when 2013. This is almost 11 years ago. I said to her, because I respect you so much and other dudes try you, I'm not gonna try you. So the point of me saying that is that When you don't go for what you want with a woman is gonna feel like that you're scared, that you have no confidence, and she's gonna get turned off. You know what I'm saying by that? That woman, from that day on, she never took me serious because I was afraid to go for what I want. I tried to mask what I really wanted to make it seem like, oh no, I don't wanna be like the other guys that try you up. But when in reality, she wanted me to. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity was there. I just didn't know what I was doing. So what you gotta understand with these women, you can't be too pressed for them, but also too, you gotta go for what you want. Don't try to make it, in our heads, we'll try to make it seem like, oh, this woman is innocent. I'm not gonna try her like that. I'm gonna respect her. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't respect women, right? You should respect women's boundaries. But what I'm saying, if the mood is right and you can sense that her body language is saying she wants you to do more and you don't, you're gonna miss out. The other day, man, I was watching, late at night, I was watching Family Guy. And I remember on Family Guy, it may have been Brian, he had a girlfriend and he respected her so much that she ended up going with Cleveland. I think she had a situation with Cleveland. And then she told Brian, like, look, I left your ass because you took too long to try me up. She was like, you didn't go for what you want. And Brian was saying like, oh, I thought you would have respected me more if I didn't try you. And she was like, yeah, you're right. I do like that gesture, but at the same time, I wanted more. So my whole point of that is when you think a woman is so up here and you're trying to show her that respect and you're not gonna try her up, all you're gonna do is lose because that's not what you really want. If you want something romantic with a woman, you can't be afraid to go for what you want because that woman is gonna see that, this guy's not that confident. And what does that say about you? You're afraid to go for what you want. So if you're afraid to try a woman up, that means most likely you're gonna be afraid of people who break in the house. You're gonna be afraid to go after your dreams. That sends off a lot of signals to a woman. And you know, straight up, what you'll realize with all three things I said, with thinking she has a lot of options, thinking that the better she looks, the more value she has, or thinking that, oh, I respect her so much, so I'm not gonna try her. What you gotta understand is most men think like that, because I did. Most men think like this. So what you gotta think is if you reverse engineer what I'm saying, you really have no competition. Because men put all women that look super good on a pedestal. So if you can be that guy that doesn't put her on a pedestal, if you can be that guy that's not afraid, you know what I'm saying, to go for what you want, if you can be that guy that doesn't assume that she has a lot of options, you're going to win. Because most men think some of these misconceptions are true subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? And it's not true. You know, so never put women on a pedestal, put yourself on a pedestal. That's what it's all about. So like I say on every video, continue to put yourself first. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my Patreon for exclusive content. That link is in the description. Also, too, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.